A few downpours just outside, and these are going to gradually drop towards the south and east. They're moving very slowly, so only about 10 miles per hour, but all this rain cool air is going to be pushing our way, so hopefully will cool us off. Many spots are feeling like well over 100, 102 in Edgefield, 102 in Aiken. Evans, the hot spot right now, feeling a little bit closer towards 110. Now, if you do see some rain, obviously that would cool you off very quickly, but if you do dodge those showers and storms, it's going to stay pretty hot into this afternoon, and even the evening temperatures don't look overly cool by any means. Those rain chances will stick around at least through sunset, possibly a little bit after that. We'll have a look at continued storm chances into our Friday in just about 10 minutes.
Riley, thank you. New first at 5, a rabid fox attacking someone near Lake Homestead in Augusta. This happened last Thursday, but the health department just released that information today. They are actually hitting that area to let people know about this, but they say that fox attacked the person as it was just walking through their yard. Test results came back confirming it is positive for rabies. Augusta Mayor Hardy Davis will deliver his 2022 State of the City address at Augusta Tech in about a half hour from now.
And the mayor says he plans to highlight successes and look ahead to plans for the rest of this year. The event is free. It's at the IT Center at Augusta Tech. It's open to the public, and we'll bring you some updates as soon as that begins in the next half hour.
A reminder, early voting for the Georgia runoff elections wraps up tomorrow. In Augusta, you can vote at the Municipal Building, the Henry Brigham Rec Center, the Robert Howard Community Center, at Diamond Lakes, or the Warren Road Rec Center. You can vote early from 8:30 in the morning until 6 in the evening.
More local families could have better access to food. Golden Harvest Food Bank, in partnership with the Family Y, announced this morning. They're extending hours for their food pantry program. It's called Cheryl's Kitchen. They're doing this so families can have access to food later in the evening after work. They have also said the pantry will now operate year-round. Bags of groceries will be available to all, regardless of whether you have a Y membership or not. A nationwide baby formula shortage has been impacting families since the beginning of February now, but relief is on the way. The Biden administration sourced a flight for tomorrow that will transport more than 44,000 pounds of Nestle products from Europe. That shortage started earlier this year when baby formula manufacturer Abbott Nutrition had to shut down their factory due to safety concerns. There are about a dozen families suing that plant after their babies got sick after drinking the formula.
The Columbia County Sheriff's Office holding a training exercise at the county fairgrounds today using canines, drones, and an old house set to be demolished, all to practice hands-on scenarios. This involved a number of other departments within Columbia County, even getting some outside medical help from Augusta University Health. Captain Butch Askew with the Special Operations Division says this training is always evolving.
Special response team members, the K9 members, and the drone operators had no idea what was going to happen today. We're out here at the fairgrounds today. They allowed us to use a home that's going to be demolished soon that they had purchased. So it's always great for us whenever we get an opportunity to train in an area we're not familiar with that's real world.
That's about as real as it gets, and being able to use actual buildings like this soon-to-be torn-down house is especially helpful for their department to practice breaching doors. We're going to have a closer look at this training ahead on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Law enforcement around the state is struggling with staffing issues. The city of Atlanta announced yesterday officers will receive a $4,000 retention bonus in addition to the 2% citywide cost of living increases. The Atlanta Police Department is not the only agency looking for creative solutions and help. South Fulton Police Department says they're experiencing a double-digit shortage in staffing.
We had 750. We're looking at maybe only 70 to 80 applicants now, and out of those 70 to 80 applicants that you have coming in, 5 or 6 of those might be suitable for law enforcement purposes.
In our area, no stranger to this either. Earlier this month, Columbia County Sheriff's Office reported they were down 47 people in their agency. Cobb, Roswell, DeKalb, and East Point, just some of the other departments advertising openings in the past couple of days.
Investigators have identified a suspect in Tuesday's deadly shooting at a Captain D's on Wrightsboro Road in Augusta. 40-year-old Ravenel Gamillion wanted in connection to the killing of 42-year-old Earl Kittles. If you have any information on Gamillion, call the number right there on the screen.
A 27-year-old mom was arrested this week after police say she left 2 small children unattended in a car. Roswell police say they got a call from a concerned citizen. When police got there, they found a 5-year-old and 3-month-old inside of an unlocked car, which was not running. Both the children were taken from the car. They showed early signs of heat-related sicknesses. Espinoza was taken into custody and taken to jail. The 3-month-old was taken to a nearby hospital to be evaluated. The 5-year-old was taken back to the police station and released to his father. Too hot to leave kids even for a second. Coming up this weekend, there's all sorts of Juneteenth celebrations for you to check out. On Saturday, Augusta is holding an event in partnership with National Action Network and the NAACP. That'll be at Dias Park. The parade is at 9:30, and after that, from 11 to 3, you can enjoy music, food. They'll have clothing, vendors, and bouncy houses, all sorts of fun events planned.
Also today, have you bought a lottery ticket lately? Someone who bought one in North Augusta could be $50,000 richer. A customer at the Circle K on West Martintown Road in North Augusta won $50,000 from the Powerball drawing.
That would be a nice surprise right now.
Unbelievable.
Prices
What a
on
bonus.
everything.
Yeah, you forget about the heat and the gas prices and everything.
Yeah, but the lucky winner has 180 days from the date of drawing to claim that prize. The odds for the win, 1 in 913,000. So time to check those tickets.
Hopefully they weren't just passing through. Hopefully it's
Somebody here,
we know. Well, a South Carolina K-9 trains to earn his badge. We're going to show you what he's preparing to do ahead here on News 12, first at 5.
Well, we just got our first severe thunderstorm warning. This is in effect for northern Saluda County. Does not include downtown Saluda, but anywhere near Lake Murray. Have an update on radar just after break.
Tornado touching down in Wisconsin yesterday, leaving a lot of debris in its path. People actually spotted this one in a couple of separate communities, describing it as large, extremely dangerous. Reports suggest the tornado made its way to a third location as it became sort of rain wrap, making it really hard to see in the sky.
And you can see the tornado blew its way right through the middle of the state, wiping out power for more than 2,400 homes. That severe weather came after an intense heat wave pushed those temperatures into the 90s and beyond. And we know the feeling around here, which is why when these strong storms pop up in the afternoon, we listen.
We've got them heading from our north today. Hopefully nothing severe, but we sure could use the relief.
Absolutely. Definitely some rain moving in from the north, and some of them are strong. We actually are keeping an eye on one severe thunderstorm warning that was just issued for Saluda County. This does stay in effect until 5:45 p.m., so this is going to bring us the threatful.
Thank you, Riley. A U.S. Supreme Court ruling that could have significant impacts on abortion access nationwide is expected in the coming weeks. That draft opinion leaked a month ago indicated a majority of justices are set to overturn the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling. If that happens, South Carolina lawmakers could be coming back to Columbia for a special session to change state law.
State House reporter Mary Green explains there's already action in the General Assembly to get ready.
Before the General Assembly ended its regular legislative session last month, it passed a resolution that, in part, allows members to be called back here to Columbia to respond to a Supreme Court decision on the Dobbs case, which could overturn Roe v. Wade. If that happens, it could open the door for state legislatures to pass more restrictive laws or even total bans on abortions for the first time in decades. While there's no decision yet, some lawmakers here in South Carolina are already preparing for what they may do.
I'm very excited about it. You can imagine, I've had people that help me getting together all the bills from all across the country that have been filed, all the different trigger laws, all the different total bans, all the different types of exceptions.
Republican Representative John McCravy is the chair of a newly formed House committee tasked with taking public testimony and guiding how the House of Representatives responds to a Supreme Court ruling on abortion. The 12-member committee, established by new House Speaker Merle Smith, is made up of 8 Republicans and 4 Democrats. 7 of those members are also part of the State House's Conservative Family Caucus, which calls itself unashamedly pro-life, and of which McCravy is also the chair.
I personally am certainly for a total abortion ban. We'll have to see what the will of the committee is. I feel like a lot of the members are in the same vein.
I think that quite possibly the votes are there to make sure that there's a total ban. I'm not voting that way, but given the current makeup of the House and Senate, I believe that we're headed for a total ban.
The Senate, meanwhile, hasn't formed any committee at this point, instead waiting on a final Supreme Court ruling to determine if and how to proceed. State lawmakers could be called back here as early as the 1st of July for a special session, but Senate leaders have said they wouldn't expect that to happen, if it does happen, until late summer or even in the fall. Reporting from the State House, I'm Mary Green.
And as for Governor McMaster, he has voiced support for a ban on abortions in South Carolina with no exceptions for rape or incest.
A South Carolina race headed to a runoff. We introduce you to the candidates who could be making decisions about your kids' education ahead on First at 5.
In South Carolina, a couple of Republicans in the race for state school superintendent heading for a runoff. On the Democratic side, the founder of the teacher advocacy group for SC for Ed appears to emerge as the winner. Nick Neville spoke with the frontrunners of this election. He brings us what we need to know now.
In a crowded race for state superintendent of education, two remain on the Republican side. Palmetto State Teachers Association Executive Director Kathy Maness and Ellen Weaver, President and CEO of the Palmetto Promise Institute. They're headed for a runoff.
The future of public education depends on this vote on June 28th.
Weaver called out Maness for not standing up for Republican values. Maness touted her conservative credentials as a member of Lexington's town council and spoke of her ability to work across the aisle for the betterment of students. Maness has criticized her opponent for lacking a master's degree, a requirement of the job. Weaver says,
My master's degree in educational leadership will be completed in October of this year.
Their final pitch to voters?
I've been in the classroom, and now as the executive director of Palmetto State Teachers Association, I have been advocating for parents and teachers for many, many years. I have worked with the General Assembly. I know how to do that.
What we need in the superintendent's office is someone who's going to be the quarterback of the South Carolina education system, someone who can call the plays and build the team that it's going to take in order to get the job done. That's what I've been doing for the last 20 years of my career.
On the Democratic side, Lisa Ellis appears to have enough votes to avoid a runoff and win outright. She said in a statement today, quote, South Carolinians are counting on the office of the state superintendent to pull our state, our students, and our teachers out of the depths of the lowest-ranking states for public education. I am humbled and enthused that South Carolina voters expressed their belief in me and my vision to run for state superintendent in November's general election. Second-place finisher Dr. Gary Burgess says he's proud of the campaign he ran.
Well, wish Ms. Ellis, if there's no runoff, the best of luck.
Interesting to note, no Democrat has won a statewide race since 2006 in South Carolina when Jim Rex was elected state superintendent of education.
Grant me hope.
Faster. Call us nights, weekends, 24/7. It's all lines.
We have an update for you here. Authorities asking for your help finding these two teenagers. They're missing in Glasscock County. They say Tristan Lossy and William Elwood have been missing since yesterday morning. Last seen on Cedar Road. They say the pair could be together and they could be in an unknown car. If you know anything, call the number there on your screen.
Well, we are keeping